Hey girls, how are you on this Friday morning? I know a lot of you are teaching, working, what have you. But this is the perfect time for me to come on because of my kids' schedule. And then I don't get distracted because I'm easily distracted. I don't know about you guys, but I get easily distracted. So when I do these live readings, you can totally pop in your chart. Usually I try to do like a post the day before or the morning of where I'm like, pop your charts in, and then I can pick and choose. I didn't see any. I know it was last minute. So what I decided to do is go live, and I have this really, which I'm on my phone. I have this really nifty app that uses the gates. You have 64 gates in your chart, and they all have really great flavor and meaning to them. I love the gates because it really is like a focus point during my self-care practice of meditation or journaling or affirmations, something to focus on. Because sometimes when we're trying to do self-care, tell me if you agree, if you're watching the replay, you're like, I don't even know, like, where do I even begin? Okay. So that's why I love the gates. They're just that added flavor that teach you about yourself. So I'm Kelly Joseph, if you don't know me. I love human design. I got introduced to it probably like a year ago, and I just followed my bliss. I love it. It's just spoke to me on so many levels, and I just found myself talking about it so much and relating to it. I was going to go live on my laptop, which I have right here, and that's why I have the headphones on. I'm all over the place, techie-wise. But yeah, so I was like, oh my gosh, when I found out I was a projector, and tell me below what you are if you're watching the replay, it was just this like, oh my gosh, everything kind of felt good to me again. I was like, I get it now. And it was just that aha moment. And since then, I've really been experimenting with my design. Tell me hi when you pop on. Experimenting with my design and testing it, and learning from it and growing from it and leaning into the uncomfortable parts. Hey, Christy. And that's why I want to be the motivation and the guide for you to do the same, because it really has given me the tool. This has given me the power to zero in on who I am and to decondition from what I'm not. It's just that simple tool. So I really try to stress that you are your own guru. This is a tool to activate it. Okay. So this human design, and I will tell you, I love Gene Keys, and I'm learning more about the Enneagram too. And you never know, I may incorporate that into my programs as well. But right now, human design feels really good. It's spot on. But it's really, in terms of self-care, how they mesh, I just pick and pull to work on those things. So for whatever reason, I was like, let's do some gates. So I have this phone app on my phone that does the gates. So it's like pulling cards. So it's just this source of inspiration for the day. So I got gate 35 and 16. So I figured while I'm waiting for people to pop on, if anybody wants to pop their chart, or if you have a question, I can do readings or what have you. You can either pop your chart, which I would hope I would see the picture of. If not, I have my laptop. Or tell me what you are, or tell me something in your chart that you wanted to know more information about. My strength is the type, and then the authority and profile, and gates and incarnate. I don't know all the little tiny details because it's just too much. I need to have things that are simple that I can take action on. So while you're doing that, I am going to go pop up so what I do is I have an entire like 38 to 80 pages, I would imagine, of all the information from my human design course I took, and then from my research, and I made it approachable. I made it simplistic, and I just kept it in files for each part, the profile, the type, all of it. And I have it in a nice format so that I can share it. And when you do get a human design guide from me, that's what I use. I pick and pull and mesh it together so you have this beautiful, unique gift of what you are, and it's really magical. And I do encourage my girls to come back to it. I go back to it. I have to go back to it because you're changing and shifting. And every time you change and shift and decondition, it's important to go back and be like, oh my gosh. Like, let's reflect. Let's see how, I've changed, or let's see where I need to put my energy next. So it's really a beautiful thing. Pop in your questions, pop in your chart if you want. And I am going to grab that document with my gates. There's really so much to human design, but my job is to make it easier for you. Like, because it's a lot of work. But because I'm a 1-3 profile, that's what I love to do. I'm an investigator. So in a sense, this comes easy to me. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do gate 35 once I find it. Where are you, gates? I'm looking for comments. Okay, here we go. So the gates on your chart are the lines, those little lines, and some are white and some are colored in. They're either red or black. So let's just review that first. Your white are where you are taking in wisdom from the world. That's where you can be conditioned from the world. You're open to wisdom. You have that energy in your body, in your chart, but it's not consistent. The red and black are where you're consistent with your energy. The red is your unconscious, so it's just who you are. You don't, like, you may not know it's you, but someone who's looking in on you can see it. It's just unconscious, and the black is conscious. You're aware of it more likely. Around 40, they say you start to become more aware if you're doing the work of your red. If you have it blended, it just means that you have both, okay? So I said 35 and 16. So let me go down to what 35 says. And we will read it. So this is the gate of change. And the highest vibration of energy that you can feel with this gate, if you have it, tell me if you have it. If you have it, it just means it's defined. Now remember, everybody has it. Everybody has this energy, but the people who have it colored in have it more consistently in their life. Adventure, boundlessness. So this gate is driven by that restless curiosity, like, oh gosh, like just wanting to go and move, and you're just curious. You're always curious about new things. You're always wanting to explore new horizons, just to go and explore, and not alone. And your energy says, I feel, and it usually feels a desire for change. So you might like constantly need change and shifting in your life, and you want depth of feeling. So you're not surface level. You want a depth. You're like looking for like inspiration and motivation and just that depth of feeling. And you really are focused on collecting experiences to learn from rather than repeating the same thing over and over. You want to grab more and more experiences to put in your tool belt to shape who you are. Mastery for you is expressed as wisdom and manifests as advice. So you're great. You're gaining all these experiences, and sometimes you may not know why or where it's going to lead, but it is going to lead to you having the wisdom to share and give the advice to someone else. So to me, it's like, okay, trust in it. Trust that you're going, and that's your body. That's your energy. You want to explore. You want to be curious. You want to go out and try new things, and it will show up and manifest as advice when needed. So sit back and enjoy the ride. Your memories may provide more satisfaction than the experience itself. So you're all about the memories. I'm all about the memories. Creating memories is one of my things. Like if you feel good, if you're feeling in flow, then you can create more memories with the ones you love, right? This desire for new experiences is what keeps you healthy and alert. When entering into an experience for its own sake and remaining an objective observer, your clear sharing carries potential to transform humanity. There is maturity rooted in this gate. So the older and wiser you become, this gate shows up more in flow. So tell me if you have that in your design. And if you do, you can lean in. This is why I love human design. If you have it in your design, you can lean in and be like, oh my gosh, I don't need to feel bad that I'm constantly going out and I'm curious about all these things and I don't know where it's leading, but I'm just feeling this energy to be curious and learn and have new experiences and create memories. That's who I am. Okay, so you can finally sit back and relax and say, this is me. So how could you use that information for Gate 35 in your self-care practices? Well, hey, Kristen, you can use that information that you just got to meditate on, to focus your meditation for that day. That's a really great one. You can use it to create affirmations. I am curious and I embrace it. And just simply using it to feel good, to create those affirmations that you create your truth, okay? You can journal on it. Like, what does curiosity mean for you? Hey, Tatiana, and just journal it out. I have found the more that I lean into journaling, which I have been with in the past, but over the last 2 years, really leaning into it, I have found the more I journal, the more it becomes easier. Just like anything in your self-care practice, it's going to be uncomfortable at first, but as you lean in and you're open to what the possibilities are instead of the structured way, that is where deconditioning is created. And that's where you like I always say, you get rid of the gunk in your aura, so what you're meant to do, so your purpose can come in. Okay, so we just went over Gate 35. That's what I pulled. I have this app on my phone for the girls that just popped on. That like it's like cards where you pull your card for the day, but it's the gates. So I got 35 and 16 today. So I figured I'd share while I'm waiting, if anybody has any questions on their charts. I know I've read all your charts in here, but I figured I'm going to pull the cards and then do some inspiration in how you can incorporate your human design into your self-care. So again, you can even add this into your movement. Like, I am curious. So what would that look like with movement? Like, what if you just turned the music on and you were just curious about the way your body would move, and you leaned into allowing yourself to move the way your body is telling you to move. And imagine if you did that on a daily basis and allowed yourself to be free and to be boundless. Shifts would happen. Healing would happen. Okay? So when I talk about this stuff, and I need to be a little bit more intense about this, I think, you can read your guide. Like, I could be a human design reader. That's fabulous. Those people are fabulous. But I don't want to just stop there. I think it's really important you take the guide and you work with it. Don't just sit on it. Take it. Look at things. Go look and see if you have Gate 35 today and create action with it. And that's where you start to decondition and peel back the layers and clear and heal. Okay, so it's really, this is why I'm so passionate about this. It's really the mix. So that's why I consider myself a human design activator. This is the tool that we begin with. We have a focus point, and then you're the own inner guru that learns to decondition. And I am here. I'm the energy as a projector to guide you. So let's go to, here's my little spiel. Let's go to Gate 16. That was the other one I pulled. So Gate 16 is the gate of skills, mastery. So when you're at your highest vibration, those that have a guide from me, over on the side, you see the high expression. Your highest vibration, when you're feeling good, when it's in flow, you're feeling mastery and versatility. Okay. So if you're not feeling that, then you know you're not in flow. So that would be a really great gate to work on, to do the self-care practices with: journaling, affirmations, mindful movement, gratitude. What else do I have usually on my list? I think I got all the major ones. Okay, meditation. Okay, so that's where you can say, am I in alignment? So with this gate, you'll eventually make your mark on the world as a keen critic. I know some of you. I definitely know. I've done a lot of guides with this one. A skilled performer, or for your talent and enthusiasm for living. You don't begin life that way. Identifying with a skill or skills, dedicating yourself to repetition, focusing on practice until you reach mastery, and then transcending the skill itself to an art is what this gate embraces. This reminds me of anybody that has a 6 in their profile, which is they're going to go through phases in their life. Think of the dancer becoming the dance, or living one's own life becoming its own masterpiece. I love that. You're looking for the perfect way to express your expertise. Without gate 48, you may become self-critical and feel you don't have adequate depth. So I'm going to read this and come back to that, because that's huge. You're also looking for a source of material support that will allow you to concentrate on perfecting your talent so you can make it available to the world. So when you read your guide and you see like something that without this gate, what's really fun about this is then you start discovering your family, and you're like, okay, well, if I don't have gate 48 in my chart, then I want to find someone who has it, because then you blend together and you can be these energy rent-a-gates. I was saying rent-a-center to Kristen the other day. Rent-a-gates, where you can bounce the energy, you can share the energy to make one channel. It's called, when you have your full gate filled in, or your full line, it's considered a channel. So it's always like the quest to find someone. So if you have this gate, tell me below if you're watching the replay, if you're on here. And then your quest is to find someone who has 48. Okay. And then it just becomes fun, because you bounce the energy with other people. And that's why I always say it's like we're a puzzle that come together. That's why it's so important to show up in your truth, show up in your purpose, show up with your energy aligned, because you give permission to everybody around you to do the same. Okay. So that is gate 16. I'm just going to like review it. You're meant to master something, but you have to know that it's going to take time. And really, for me, like the thing that I think of with this is, if you're thinking, well, I don't know what to master, that's where you can take this information, and your self-care practices can really include meditating. Okay, seeking guidance from the universe, God, whoever, you pray to. I'm willing to see things differently. I'm open to new possibilities. Share with me my next steps towards what I'm supposed to master, and just leaning into that. Journaling again, just writing down what you love, what things that you that come to you easily, things that in your childhood you just knew, you just did. Like for me, I have done this actually for this gate, and it's like things that came to me easily as a child: gymnastics, dancing, reading, makeup, like nails, all that stuff. So you notice how I have used all that to mesh into what I'm doing now. Modern girls, retreat to light, love, and purpose. I want to put a modern twist. I love my all that. And I've always been into movement, and I'm just almost completing my yoga teacher training, and I've been doing fitness and nutrition for many, many years now. So you can see how it's shifted. And to be quite honest with you, actually I have my chart right here. I don't know if I have this gate in me, but I'm going to check. Gate 16. No. Oh wait, yes I do. Yes I do. Yes I do. Yes I do. So this makes perfect sense. I have this gate already in me. And so you can see how it's played out. So I can lean into, and it's unconscious, so I don't even know that much that I'm like living it, but you can see how it's playing out. So for me to use my self-care practice time to lean into this, to feel good with where I'm at, is so important. Okay. So I don't see any questions. I can certainly answer any after the live. If you wanted to pop your chart or a question about something in your chart. I know we have all levels of girls in here, from women who don't even know anything about human design, to those that just know their type, to those that are legit rocking life with their guides. So I can totally help with anything. That's what I love to do. I hope you guys have a great weekend. If you are interested in learning more about how you can take this beautiful, confusing chart and put it into magical action, then definitely reach out. This Is Me 2.0 is the place to be, to, like I said, take it and not just read it and then sit on it and do nothing, but to actually have my guidance, my coaching, my skills, my background, my experiences, my energy to help you and keep you on track to take action and use self-care practices along the way. It really is just the blend. It's the beautiful blend. It's the connection with like-minded women. It will be all about teaching you to be your own inner guru. It will be all about you leaning in to who you are and getting rid of the gunk that no longer serves you so that you can be more in flow in life and you're not living your not self. So, for example, me, I'm a projector. When I start to feel bitter, then I'm like, okay, I need to step back here and start to lean into self-care a little bit. Self-care will help me get back in flow. So it's a constant pendulum back to balance. Okay, so that's what it's all about. It's all about getting back to balance, back to feeling good. So message me, comment below. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for popping on.